Imagine waking up one day and realizing that everything you believe to be real is nothing more than a carefully constructed illusion. What if our perception of the world is merely the surface of a much deeper, unseen force? For centuries, only a few visionary minds have been able to see beyond the veil of ordinary reality and understand the hidden mechanisms that govern existence. But if this power truly exists, why do most people remain unaware of it? Has it been deliberately concealed or simply lost over time? Today, we embark on a journey to decode this forbidden knowledge and comprehend how reality can be shaped by those who know how to manipulate it. From ancient civilizations like the Egyptians and the Vedic traditions of India, there are records of wisdom that transcended the physical world. Mystics, alchemists, and visionaries discovered that the human mind is not merely an observer of reality, but a silent architect. Thoughts and emotions are not just fleeting states of consciousness. They are codes that interact directly with the fabric of existence. History is filled with individuals who, consciously or unconsciously, mastered this force. Nikola Tesla, Leonardo da Vinci, Buddha, and even great political leaders. Each of them seemed to tap into a secret source of knowledge that allowed them to shape reality itself. But if this is true, why do so few people know about it? Modern science is beginning to align with ancient spiritual traditions, showing that our thoughts carry measurable frequencies. Albert Einstein himself stated, "Everything in the universe is energy and vibration." What does this mean? That our minds do not just reflect reality, they project it. Every thought released into the universe creates invisible waves that organize into specific patterns, eventually taking form in the physical world. Just as an architect designs a blueprint before constructing a building, our thoughts are the initial design of our existence. But then, why do so many people fail to manifest what they desire? Perhaps the key lies in how this knowledge has been transmitted or concealed throughout the ages. The real question is not whether reality can be shaped by the mind, but why this knowledge remains out of reach for most people. Have we been conditioned since childhood to believe only in what we see? Social, religious, and academic structures train us to be passive observers of reality rather than active creators. Major corporations and global elites understand the power of perception and use it to influence entire masses. They know that whoever controls the narrative controls reality. But those who learn to question, to see beyond appearances, begin to realize that the physical world is merely a mirror of the mind. Are you ready to lift the veil and discover what lies beyond? Do you feel that there is something more, something that has always been just out of reach, but seems to be calling your attention? This restlessness may be the first sign that your consciousness is awakening to a new understanding of reality. Ancient teachings speak of a hidden force that connects everything and everyone, an infinite field of information that responds to our intentions and beliefs. The question is, are you ready to use this knowledge to your advantage? In the next topics, we will explore how this mental energy can be practically applied, transforming thoughts into concrete reality. But before we move on, I want to know, have you ever experienced moments where your thoughts seem to shape your reality? Share your story in the comments and prepare to uncover secrets that could change your life forever. Since the dawn of time, there have been whispers of a force so profound that it can shape destiny itself. The ancients knew of its existence. Egyptian priests, Vedic sages, and Hermetic scholars all left behind clues in their sacred texts. This force, known by many names, is not bound by physical reality, but instead operates through an unseen law that connects the individual mind to the vast intelligence of the universe. Imagine for a moment that everything you see, everything you touch, was once just a thought, a mere possibility that took form. What if this process is not random, but follows precise, unspoken laws? If history's greatest minds have tapped into it, why has this knowledge remained a mystery to the majority? Could it be that those who truly understand reality creation do not want the masses to wield such power. There is a law that transcends time, culture, and religion, a force that has been known, but never fully revealed to the masses. It is neither luck nor coincidence that some individuals rise to greatness, while others remain trapped in mediocrity. The ancients understood that thoughts are not mere fleeting ideas, they are blueprints for creation. Everything that exists, buildings, art, technology, began as a thought before becoming reality. This law states that the mind is the architect, and reality is the canvas. But here lies the greatest mystery. If this force is accessible to all, why are so few able to harness it? Could it be that most people unconsciously sabotage their own creative power without even realizing it? What if your mind is not separate from the universe, but deeply intertwined with it? Ancient texts speak of a universal intelligence, an all-pervading consciousness that responds to intention. Many of history's greatest innovators, artists, and leaders seem to have intuitively understood this concept. Nikola Tesla once claimed that he did not invent, but rather received his ideas from a source beyond himself. Leonardo da Vinci's notebooks reveal an understanding of creation that seems almost supernatural. The Bhagavad Gita speaks of the mind as the bridge between the seen and the unseen. If these individuals tapped into something greater, could the rest of us learn to do the same? If reality is malleable, shaped by thought, then the greatest limitation we face is not external, it is the very way we perceive our own power. Throughout history, those in positions of power have sought to control perception, for they know that reality itself is shaped by belief. Religion, politics, and media have long dictated what is possible and what is not. But beneath the surface, a select few have always understood that belief is not just a passive state, it is an active force. The most powerful individuals in history did not simply accept reality, they shaped it. This is why esoteric knowledge was often hidden, passed down only through secret societies and mystery schools. The greatest deception ever orchestrated is the belief that we are powerless. What if everything you've been taught about limits, about destiny, is simply a carefully crafted illusion? If you have ever felt that life is more than just a series of random events, you are not alone. This feeling that there is a deeper order, a hidden structure to existence, is the first sign that your consciousness is awakening. Reality creation is not a fantasy, nor is it reserved for a select few. It is an inherent ability that has been buried beneath layers of conditioning. The moment you begin to see beyond the illusion, you start to reclaim your power. The ancients knew that the mind, when properly trained, can bridge the gap between thought and physical manifestation. The real question is, are you ready to see? In the next topic, we will explore the science behind this phenomenon and uncover why thoughts are more than just mental activity, they are the very essence of creation. But before we continue, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced moments where your thoughts seem to shape your reality? Share your experience in the comments and prepare for the next revelation. For centuries, ancient wisdom has claimed that thoughts shape reality. But only recently has modern science begun to validate this idea. The field of quantum physics reveals that reality is not as solid as we once believed. Instead, it is fluid, responsive, and deeply connected to the observer. The famous double-slit experiment demonstrated that particles behave differently when observed, suggesting that consciousness itself influences the fabric of existence. But what does this mean for you? It means that your mind is not just a passive receiver of reality. It is an active participant in its creation. If thoughts emit frequencies, and the universe responds to frequency, then the way you think is literally sculpting your future. But the question remains, why do most people fail to manifest what they truly desire? Most people believe that thoughts are private, intangible things that exist only within the mind. But research in neuroscience and quantum mechanics suggests otherwise. Every thought generates an electromagnetic signature, measurable by EEG machines. The Hartmouth Institute has even demonstrated that thoughts and emotions influence the electromagnetic field around us, extending far beyond our physical bodies. This means that every thought is like a signal being broadcast into the universe, attracting experiences that match its frequency. But here's the catch: not all thoughts are created equal. A scattered mind emits weak, conflicting signals, whereas a focused mind can generate powerful, coherent waves that shape reality with precision. Could it be that the key to manifestation isn't just thinking positively, but learning to think with clarity, certainty, and focus? Visualization is often dismissed as daydreaming, but studies prove it is one of the most effective techniques for reprogramming the subconscious mind. MRI scans show that when a person vividly imagines performing an action, the same neural pathways activate as if they were actually doing it. This means that the brain does not distinguish between a real event and an intensely imagined one. Elite athletes use this technique to enhance performance, rehearsing every move in their minds before stepping onto the field. Surgeons visualize flawless procedures before making an incision. The most successful entrepreneurs see their future success before it materializes. But here's the deeper question: if visualization is so powerful, why do most people fail to achieve their dreams? The answer lies not just in seeing the future, but in feeling it with absolute certainty, a topic we will explore in the next section. Reality is not something separate from you. It is a mirror of your internal world. Have you ever noticed that when you wake up in a bad mood, the entire day seems to spiral downward? Or when you feel truly confident, opportunities seem to appear effortlessly? This is not a coincidence, it is the mind's mirror effect at play. Your dominant thoughts and emotions create a vibrational field around you, attracting experiences that match your state of being. This concept is not just spiritual, it is backed by neuroscience. The reticular activating system RAS in your brain acts as a filter, allowing you to perceive only what aligns with your dominant thoughts and beliefs. If you constantly think about scarcity, your brain will highlight evidence of lack everywhere you go. If you shift your mindset to abundance, suddenly opportunities appear where you never noticed them before. The question is, are you programming your mind to reflect success or struggle? If thoughts shape reality, why don't affirmations and positive thinking work for everyone? The answer is simple: most people unknowingly send mixed signals. They desire success but deeply fear failure. They affirm abundance but constantly worrying about money. The universe does not respond to words alone, it responds to the energy behind them. To truly manifest, your dominant emotional state must align with your desired outcome. This is why doubt, fear, and conflicting beliefs sabotage even the most well-intended manifestations. True manifestation occurs when thought, emotion, and belief operate in perfect harmony. In the next topic, we will explore the hidden techniques that make visualization exponentially more effective. But first, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a moment where your thoughts seem to shape your reality? Share your story in the comments and prepare for the next revelation. Many have heard of visualization as a manifestation technique, but few truly understand its hidden depth. Why do some people visualize their dreams daily with no results, while others effortlessly attract success? The answer lies in how the mind processes reality. Visualization is not mere daydreaming, it is a powerful neurological tool that imprints future events onto the subconscious. However, most people fail because they visualize incorrectly. They see their goals as distant fantasies rather than present realities. The subconscious mind does not respond to hopes or wishes, it responds to certainty and sensory engagement. If your visualization lacks depth, emotion, and sensory detail, it remains a weak signal in the vast field of reality. But what if there was a hidden method that makes visualization exponentially more effective? True visualization is not just about seeing an image in your mind, it is about experiencing it with all five senses. Studies in neuroscience show that the brain does not differentiate between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you visualize, you must not only see, but also feel, hear, smell, and even taste the reality you want to create. Olympic athletes use this technique to enhance performance, mentally rehearsing every move until their bodies believe they have already achieved victory. The same principle applies to success in any field. If you are visualizing wealth, do not just see money in your hands, feel its texture, hear the crispness of the bills, sense the security of financial freedom. The more vividly you engage the senses, the stronger the subconscious imprint. But why is this technique still not enough for many? Repetition is the key to mastery, and the subconscious mind operates on patterns and familiarity. This is why advertisers repeat slogans, why musicians practice endlessly, and why elite performers drill their skills daily. The brain forms neural pathways based on what it experiences repeatedly, whether real or imagined. If you visualize sporadically, the impact is minimal. But if you repeat the same powerful visualization daily, the subconscious starts treating it as truth. This is why vision boards and written narratives are so effective. They reinforce a singular, compelling image of the future. The more frequently you expose your mind to your desired outcome, the more natural and inevitable it becomes. But there is still one major obstacle blocking most people from successful manifestation: doubt and fear. Most people unknowingly disrupt their manifestations because they visualize their desires, but emotionally focus on their fears. The subconscious mind does not understand contradiction. It amplifies whatever is most dominant. If you visualize wealth, but secretly fear financial ruin, your dominant emotion will win. This is why so many people feel stuck. They think of success while feeling unworthy. The universe does not respond to scattered signals. It aligns with clarity and certainty. This is why the most effective visualizations are paired with belief-reinforcing techniques, such as affirmations, conscious language, and emotional conditioning. To truly activate the law of visualization, you must not only see your desired outcome, but feel it as inevitable. How can you make this shift? The answer lies in the power of identity transformation. The highest level of visualization is living as if your goal is already real. This does not mean pretending or faking success. It means shifting your identity to match the version of yourself that already possesses what you desire. People who succeed at manifestation do not simply visualize success, they embody it. If you want to be wealthy, adopt the mindset, habits, and confidence of a wealthy person. If you want love, embody the self-worth and energy of someone deeply loved. Reality does not shape who you are, you shape reality by who you believe yourself to be. This is the final key to unlocking visualization's full potential. But before we move forward, I want to hear from you. Have you ever visualized something and seen it manifest? Share your experience in the comments and prepare for the next revelation. The law of attraction works 100% of the time, so why do most people fail to manifest what they desire? The answer is hidden in an invisible force that acts as a countercurrent against manifestation: doubt, fear, and conflicting beliefs. Thoughts are powerful, but they are not enough if they are contradicted by subconscious resistance. Imagine trying to drive forward while stepping on the brake. Most people unknowingly cancel their manifestations because their dominant emotions focus on lack, struggle, and uncertainty rather than the certainty of receiving. If your subconscious mind does not fully believe in your vision, it will sabotage every effort to bring it into reality. But where does this resistance come from, and how can it be eliminated? From birth, we are conditioned by society, family, and education to accept a limited version of reality. We are taught to be realistic, to fear failure, and to believe success is only for a chosen few. These messages create deep-seated subconscious programs that dictate what we believe is possible. Neuroscientists confirm that 95% of our daily actions are controlled by the subconscious mind, meaning that even if you consciously desire something, your deeper programming may reject it. For example, if you were raised hearing that money is the root of all evil, your subconscious will resist financial success, no matter how much you visualize abundance. The mind operates like a thermostat. If your subconscious is set to lack, it will always adjust your reality to match that belief. The key to breaking this cycle is reprogramming the subconscious to align with your true desires. Most people unknowingly amplify their doubts and fears by focusing on what they lack. The universe does not respond to words alone, it responds to the dominant energy behind them. If you spend your days thinking about debt, loneliness, or failure, you are actively reinforcing those realities. This is why people who constantly worrying about money always seem to struggle financially, while those who focus on opportunities seem to attract success effortlessly. The mind is like a camera lens. What you focus on expands. If you shift your attention to gratitude, abundance, and possibility, reality will begin to mirror that shift. But how do you shift focus when doubt and fear feel overwhelming? The answer lies in mental discipline and emotional conditioning. Faith is not blind optimism, it is an inner knowing that something is already yours. The strongest manifestations come from a place of certainty, not hope. However, most people unknowingly infuse their desires with doubt. They say affirmations like "I am wealthy," but feel anxious about their bank account. The subconscious mind is not fooled by words, it responds to emotional truth. If you do not feel worthy, your manifestations will not materialize. This is why emotional alignment is crucial. When you desire something, but feel disconnected from it, your energy is split. The solution: train your nervous system to associate certainty with your goals. Through repetition, visualization, and self-concept transformation, you can dissolve internal resistance and make success feel natural. But there is still one more factor blocking manifestation, one that is deeply ingrained in human psychology. One of the greatest paradoxes of manifestation is that clinging too tightly to an outcome actually pushes it away. Desperation signals to the universe that you do not truly believe in your success. Think of it like holding water in your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. The most powerful manifestors understand the art of detachment. They hold the vision of their desires with confidence, but are not controlled by neediness. This is not about giving up. It is about trusting that what you desire is already on its way. When you stop obsessing over when or how something will happen, you remove resistance and allow manifestation to unfold naturally. The key to effortless manifestation is balancing intention with surrender. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever struggled with doubt or attachment in manifestation? Share your experience in the comments and prepare for the next revelation. What if the missing link in your manifestations was not effort, visualization, or even action, but faith? Faith is the highest frequency of certainty, and the universe responds most strongly to what we deeply believe to be true. Unlike hope or wishful thinking, faith carries an unshakable energy that aligns the subconscious mind with reality. Think about it: every major inventor, leader, and visionary throughout history operated from a state of absolute belief, a vision, before it materialized. They did not just hope for success, they knew it was inevitable. But here's the paradox: most people struggle with manifestation because they lack faith in their own power. Without true belief, doubt seeps in and cancels out the energy of creation. But how can faith be developed? And why is it the most overlooked element of manifestation? Faith is not just a spiritual concept, it has a profound scientific foundation. The placebo effect proves that belief alone can trigger real physiological changes in the body. In countless studies, patients who believed they were receiving powerful medication experienced true healing even when given nothing but sugar pills. This phenomenon shows that the mind does not distinguish between belief and reality. It creates what it expects to experience. If belief can heal the body, what else can it do? The reticular activating system RAS in the brain filters reality, allowing us to perceive only what aligns with our dominant beliefs. If you believe you are destined for success, your brain will highlight opportunities that confirm that reality. But if you unconsciously believe in struggle, your mind will filter out success and reinforce limitation. The question is, what is your subconscious programmed to believe? Many people fail to manifest because their desires and beliefs are not in harmony. They want wealth, but secretly believe money is scarce. They seek love, but feel unworthy of being loved. This internal contradiction creates energetic resistance, preventing desires from materializing. The subconscious mind does not manifest what you want, it manifests what you believe. If you say, "I am abundant," but deep down you feel lack, your subconscious will always default to the dominant emotion. This is why affirmations alone do not work, as they contradict your deeper beliefs. They are rejected by the subconscious. The secret is not just to think positively, but to shift your core identity. You must embody the mindset, habits, and confidence of someone who already has what you seek. How do you do this? By reprogramming the subconscious through repetition, visualization, and emotional alignment. Faith is not something you either have or don't have, it can be cultivated like a muscle. Every time you take aligned action toward your goal, your faith strengthens. Every time you reinforce a belief through mental rehearsal, visualization, and emotional conviction, you rewire the brain. This is why elite athletes mentally rehearse victories before competitions. They are training their minds to accept success as inevitable. The same principle applies to manifestation. The key is to act as if your goal is already real. Speak, think, and move with the confidence of someone who has already succeeded. This is not about pretending, it is about aligning your energy with your desired outcome. Over time, the subconscious mind accepts this new reality as fact, and reality shifts accordingly. But there is one final step that makes manifestation effortless: letting go of attachment. True faith does not obsess over when or how a manifestation will happen. When you plant a seed, you do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing, you trust the process. The same principle applies to manifestation. Those who truly master creation do not chase outcomes, they expect them. They hold the vision with certainty, but detach from desperation. Why? Because attachment signals doubt, and doubt blocks energy flow. The moment you let go of control and surrender to the natural unfolding of reality, the manifestation process accelerates. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a moment where faith led to an unexpected manifestation? Share your experience in the comments and prepare for the next revelation. Many believe that manifestation is simply about thinking positively and waiting for results. But here's the truth: manifestation has aligned action. The universe is not a magic genie, it responds to energy, movement, and commitment. The law of attraction is not passive. It is a dynamic process where thought and action must work together. Imagine planting a seed and expecting it to grow without watering it. No matter how much you visualize a tree, it will not grow unless you take the right steps to nurture it. The same applies to reality creation. Those who succeed do not just sit back and hope. They move in harmony with their vision. But here's where most people go wrong. They either force action out of fear or avoid action due to doubt. The key is learning to take action that is inspired, not desperate. How do you know if your actions align with the universe's flow? Not all action leads to results. Some actions are driven by desperation and fear, while others are aligned and effortless. The difference: inspired action feels natural, exciting, and intuitive, while forced action feels stressful, exhausting, and resistant. Imagine two people trying to start a business. One follows intuition, recognizing opportunities and acting on them with confidence. The other doubts themselves, overanalyzes every step, and forces progress through stress and anxiety. Who do you think will succeed? The universe rewards those who trust and move forward with certainty. The secret is to listen to your inner guidance system, your intuition. When you take inspired action, synchronicities appear, doors open effortlessly, and momentum builds. But how do you distinguish between true inspiration and fear-based decision-making? Have you ever noticed that when you're in a flow state, everything seems to fall into place effortlessly. This is not coincidence, it is frequency alignment. When your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs match the reality you desire, the right actions naturally reveal themselves. This is why some people seem to attract success effortlessly. They are moving in sync with the energy of their goal. Forced action, on the other hand, disrupts this flow and creates resistance. The key is to take action from a place of certainty, not doubt. If you feel anxious, pause, shift your emotional state first. Then take action from a space of confidence and clarity. When you act with full belief, reality begins to shape itself around you. But there is one crucial step most people forget: language and conscious communication. Your words are not just sounds, they are commands to the subconscious mind and the universe. Every word you speak shapes your reality. If you constantly say, "I'm trying," "I hope," or "I wish," you are reinforcing uncertainty. Instead, speak with conviction: "I am, I choose, I create." The most powerful manifestors understand that language programs the mind. This is why affirmations work only when backed by belief. If your words and emotions contradict each other, the subconscious picks up on the dominant feeling. Speak about your desires as if they are already unfolding. Say, "I am attracting the perfect opportunities," instead of "I hope something good happens." This simple shift alters your frequency and attracts results faster. But to truly master manifestation, there is one final principle embodying your future reality in the present moment. The final step to taking action with the universe is acting as if your goal is already achieved. This does not mean pretending, it means adopting the mindset, habits, and energy of the person you are becoming. If you want to be successful, how does that version of you think, act, and speak? If you want to attract love, how would you show up in relationships if you already felt whole and worthy? The universe does not respond to what you want, it responds to who you are being. This is why identity shifting is the most powerful manifestation tool. When you fully embody your desired reality, it must reflect in your external world. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced moments where taking the right action led to unexpected breakthroughs? Share your story in the comments and prepare for the final revelation. What if you could bypass doubt, effort, and struggle and make manifestation effortless? The final and most powerful key to reality creation is assumption. This principle, taught by mystics, philosophers, and even quantum physicists, states reality does not shape your identity, identity shapes reality. Most people try to attract things they do not yet believe they have, but those who truly master manifestation assume their success, wealth, love, and health is already present before it materializes physically. The universe is a mirror, reflecting not what you wish for, but what you expect with certainty. The greatest creators do not chase results, they embody them. But how can you assume something that is not yet visible? The human brain does not distinguish between imagination and reality. Neuroscience proves that when you vividly imagine an experience, your brain activates the same neural pathways as if it were actually happening. This is why athletes rehearse mentally before competing, and why actors deeply immerse themselves in roles. The same principle applies to manifestation. If you assume a reality strongly enough, your mind begins to accept it as fact and the universe follows. The reticular activating system RAS in the brain then filters reality, highlighting opportunities and experiences that match your dominant belief. This is why assumption works faster than visualization. It skips the wanting stage and directly aligns your subconscious with the outcome. But most people unknowingly block this process. How? Most people desire success while still identifying as someone who lacks it. This creates internal conflict and blocks manifestation. Assumption is not about pretending, it is about becoming. If you want to be wealthy, but deep down feel like someone who struggles financially, your subconscious will reject abundance. To change external reality, you must first change your self-concept. Start by asking, who am I in the reality where my desires already exist? How do I think, act, and feel in that version of myself. The moment you shift your identity, the universe rearranges itself to match your new state of being. This is why some people seem to manifest effortlessly. They are not trying to be successful. They are successful before the world catches up. But there is one final barrier that must be overcome: time lag and impatience. One of the biggest manifestation mistakes is looking at the present reality and feeling frustrated because the change hasn't arrived yet. This signals to the universe that you do not actually believe in your assumption. Time is an illusion. What you assume today becomes your future reality. Those who master manifestation live in the end. They feel and act as if their desire is already fulfilled. They do not check constantly for results. They know reality will catch up. Imagine ordering a package online. You do not doubt whether it will arrive. You simply expect it. Manifestation works the same way. The more you can hold the feeling of your assumed reality without needing immediate proof, the faster it materializes. But there is one last step that seals the process permanently shifting into your new state. The final level of assumption is embodying your new reality so deeply that it becomes permanent. You must hold the vision with unwavering certainty regardless of temporary external appearances. This means you no longer react to setbacks as proof of failure, but as illusions fading away. The greatest manifestors are not controlled by the present, they shape the present through their inner conviction. When assumption is locked in, external reality has no choice but to conform. This is the ultimate level of mastery, that you are already the version of yourself that is what you desire. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a moment where your belief shaped reality before physical proof appeared? Share your experience in the comments.